Sustainability is important to the entire planet. In 2015, leaders from all over the world gathered together at the United Nations to adopt the Sustainable Development Goals. And those are goals that Canada and all other countries have committed to for the year 2030. The question is, how are we going to get there?
Sustainable development requires big transformations in our society. How the energy system works, how the food system works, how our cities work. This is something beyond government. It involves business, it involves civil society. Our students need to understand what the challenges of society are. Universities not only can offer solutions, but also have to be ready themselves to train the next generation in a crowded, complex, diverse world. The purpose of the Sustainable Development Goals is to reach society, and that's why engagements which bring society together, business leaders, academics, scientists, students, civil society organizations, government officials, are so important to make this multi-stakeholder, I would say all-stakeholder process work effectively.
UN Sustainable Development Goals, 17 of them, are a brilliant framework because they are so broad. And what that allows us to do is find ourselves within the goals. It allows us to connect the local to the global in a really positive way, where we can start to think about how we prioritize action and how we can get into sequencing our local-based action in a way that can be really catalytic and strategic.
We're at a critical point in human history when environmental challenges, social challenges, challenges to democracy are at all-time highs, and we have to find ways to navigate this transition in light of all of that, while we retain some of the core values of Canadian society: openness, freedom of expression, association, concern for others, commitment to the overall, to the collective well-being. These are inherent Canadian qualities and values that I think we're called upon now to deepen those, to share them, and to apply them to these very, very, very immediate challenges.
This is a major project, and we need to plan now in order to make changes that will be easily worked through for society members with minimal disruption. So the timeline to 2030 is very short. So now is the time to start. We have the credibility, we have the research, we have the passion, we have the support politically that this is an important issue to deal with globally.
I think within the Sustainable Development Goals, you get a very clear sense of, what are the different directions that the world needs to be moving in. And so it allows for these complex issues to be boiled down into ways that people can understand them. It allows countries to talk on kind of the same language, and for societies around the world to really understand what sustainability can mean.
We all know that Canada faces many of the greatest impacts of climate change because of our northern latitudes, and we know that it affects our Indigenous communities disproportionately. We know that we have to confront the energy transition. We play a role internationally when it comes to migration and resettlement, international aid, and we need to sort of continue to focus on those things. Canada has the opportunity here to rise, I think, to be the nation of the future.
À mon avis, les jeunes sont des partenaires pour atteindre les objectifs de développement durable. Partout autour du Canada, partout autour du monde, les jeunes sont en train de mener une action super importante. Donc je pense que c'est vraiment une opportunité de souligner et de supporter les jeunes qui sont en train de mener des efforts dans leur communauté, mais en même temps amplifier leur voix dans les contextes de politique nationale et internationale. Je pense que c'est une opportunité de réfléchir, de prendre un pas en arrière pour dire, OK, comment est-ce qu'on peut mieux amplifier, mieux souligner les voix de ceux dans les communautés, par exemple les communautés autochtones qui vivent des réalités très différentes de la nôtre.
We need thousands of bright, hardworking, inspired young people and researchers and judges and decision makers to be able to move our society towards sustainability. And that is requiring a Sustainable Development Solutions Network. So I find it extremely powerful and very inspiring that here in Canada, we are now becoming part of a global movement of sustainable development solutions. We are joining the World Network. We are starting to look for the solutions that we can actually promote and innovate and implement. And that is what I think sustainability needs right now. It's a question of global survival, and it's a question of justice towards the future generations, not just of people, but of all species on our planet.
Bien que le Canada occupe une position très enviable d'un point de vue économique et de l'inclusion sociale, plusieurs communautés au Canada, dont les Premières Nations, méritent actuellement une meilleure attention de la part des gouvernements. Les objectifs de développement durable permettent d'avoir un regard réflexif sur la vie quotidienne des différentes cultures et communautés canadiennes pour donner au Canada une certaine légitimité pour ensuite exporter ses connaissances à l'international et dans d'autres cultures.
The Sustainable Development Goals and the challenge of sustainability generally are bigger than any government, sector, institution, or discipline. And the only way we can possibly achieve them is to harness the capacity that we have. Canada has a great opportunity to lead by moving quickly on the SDGs and to say we are going to implement them, we are going to figure out how to make them part of our policy and part of our practice in this country. And if we can do that, and we can do that soon, we will be able to share our expertise with the rest of the world.